Hey, New Wave, Yuriko here from Carlsbad. So excited to be on this call with you. We are going live. We're on here just a couple of minutes early because we want everyone to be able to hop on. And hopefully you guys will comment in here. Let us know where you're coming to us from. I'm checking Facebook right now on my computer to see if the live is coming up. Ooh, I've got 3 viewers, so someone's seeing this, so that's good. So wanted to talk to you guys today. It's going to be all about giving you guys our best tips and tricks, so really excited for that. Oh, hey, Christine. Hey, Jamie. Looks like people are hopping on. There's Dawn. Hey, Dawn. You know, a couple of things really cool that we just learned about this Facebook from your like pages. I know this just happened when I was at Smart Success. That you could go live from your like page, which is pretty cool. And one thing that we just learned as we were testing this for this call is that when you go live from your like page now, you guys know you're doing it from your phone, so you actually have to make sure you have the Pages app and you can download to there, so you're definitely going to want to do that. We're just going to wait another minute or so here. We hopped on early on purpose to make sure you guys can get in here. Who do we have here? Ooh, hi from Poughkeepsie, from Alabama. There's Heather. Oh my gosh, so many people on. There's Joy and Jackie. So excited to see all of our new wavers in here. Love seeing you guys. We just love our New Wave community. If you guys aren't part of our community page, you definitely want to go find that group on Facebook, New Wave Community. It's for people just like you guys and just like us, people who love Beachbody coaches who are all about being open and sharing their best tips and tricks for free. Talk about the community, guys. If you guys are in the community already. Hey there, Katie from Dallas. Good to see you. Oh, hi from Las Vegas. Tell us how you guys are enjoying the community and just let people know how you like it. Okay, we're exactly at 5:30 now. Here at New Wave, we respect your time, so I'm just going to jump right into this call. So I'm Yuriko. I'm here in Carlsbad. I was just at Legoland today, but I'm so excited to talk to you guys about inviting. So I've got a question for all of you guys. What do you think? We all know inviting is our first vital behavior, right? Invite, invite, invite. So tell me this, though. What is holding you back? What is holding you back? Oh, hey, San Diego. Does anyone have any comments about what's holding them back? Okay. I see a couple comments coming in. Hi from Sacktown. I'm seeing lots of highs. Anyone with anything holding them back? Just their state names. Well, anyways, I think a lot of us know that fear. Oh, laziness. Carrie's saying laziness. Hey, Ashley. Fear. Fear in all capital letters. Hearing no's. Okay, from Joy. Here's another fear. Okay, now these makes you anxious. Okay, awesome. So this is something that we absolutely want to tackle first. So what is that that's holding you back? So that fear is holding you back, right? So what do you guys think the first step? The first and actually most necessary step is for getting you over that fear. What would you guys say is so important? Thinking like you're like a salesperson. I totally understand that. So the number one thing, guys, and you'll hear it over and over again in Beachbody, is you've got to know your why, right? You've got to know your why. And then I'm going to go a little bit further with knowing your why. You know, when you have a challenge group, I know I have all my challengers make a why video and tell me, you know, why are you in this group? Why is this important to you? Why is this going to be different this time? I think you really need to have that in your coaching business too. I was just at Smart Success, like I said, and this guy, Dr. Amen, spoke. And in his book, The Amen Solution, he also helps people with getting fit and healthy because it also helps their brain. He's the guy that talks a lot about the brain. And one thing that he suggests is having a one-page miracle. So have a one-page document that you read every morning, that you say out loud, that you rewrite every day. You know, something every day. Remind yourself, cement that why into your brain, because that's going to make a big difference. If you guys are really super crystal clear on your why, that's going to help you get over that fear. You know, what's going to make this all worth it? And make sure that your why, guys, is bigger than their fear. It's got to be bigger than your fear. And I'll tell you what else it has to be bigger than. It has to be big enough to keep you from quitting when things get hard. Because we all know that these whys are going to get, really tough as we go. Heather's asking what's the name of this book. It's called The Amen Solution. It's his newest book. But, thanks, Sange, for answering that question. But anyway, so that's the first thing, right? Having a why that's bigger, bigger than anything else. It's going to keep you from quitting when things get tough. Next thing, another reason to think about is, why are you guys afraid, right? Why do you have that fear out there? Is it because you're afraid of what people will think of you? People said they're afraid of being salesy, all those kinds of things. This is another great example that Dr. Amen gives in the book, and I think it's something important for all of us to keep in mind. He says, when you're 18 years old, so when you're young, fresh, you could be, right when you could become a Beachbody coach, you're really afraid of whatever everyone else will think. And then he goes, when you're 40, you kind of stop caring about that. You stop caring about what people think, and you start doing what you want. And he goes, and by the time you're 60, you realize no one's been thinking about you the entire time. Guys, everyone is thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about everything else. Everyone's busy with their lives, and that's what they're focused on. So that's what you also have to remember, that they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. Another thing, you guys have probably heard this one from Darren Hardy's book, either The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster or The Compound Effect. But another thing is, he talks about, what's the biggest determining factor to decide who's going to show up at your funeral? Does anyone know? Does anyone know the answer to that? The number one thing that decides who's going to go to your burial? It's the weather. Is it going to rain or not? Is it going to rain or not is going to determine who comes to your funeral. And the number of people on average who are going to cry at your funeral? 5. Only 5. I mean, come on, guys. Why are we worried about what these people are thinking about us if they're not even going to cry or maybe even show up at our funerals if it's raining? So, I mean, that's something that's so important to keep in the back of your mind. Like, why would you let any of those kind of haters, small stinkers, determine how you're feeling? Because honestly, those aren't even the people that you want in your car, right? They're not even the people that you want on this journey with you. So you really have to focus on the people that you want and forget about those other ones. And remember that in general, people aren't thinking about you anyways. So next thing to really think about is, how are you inviting? I know a lot of people were saying that they were scared and they don't want to seem salesy, right? I understand that that's a big concern for a lot of you guys. And I'll give you an example of what not to do. So what not to do. Someone from another MLM, you guys have probably heard of it. Hey, Curtis. Friended me on Facebook, right? We had a mutual friend, so I was like, sure, I'll friend this girl, right? That's what we do as Beachbody coaches. We add more people, friend them, whatever. And so this person friend requested me, and then the first thing they did was send me a personal message. And then what did they do in the personal message? They're like, have you ever heard of Miriam? And I was like, no. And they're like, I love it when people say that. Watch this video. I'm thinking to myself, why would I do that? This person didn't spend 2 seconds getting to know me. This person didn't, do anything of value, didn't ask me about anything except for whether I'd heard of Miriam before. Let me tell you, that totally turned me off. Totally just unfollowed that person. Later on, when I made another post, they put something salesy underneath one of my posts. I totally unfriended them, because that's not what we want, right? I mean, and that's what you don't want. I love how Janelle Summers, if you guys listened to her national wake-up call that was a few weeks ago, she really talked about, this is a great tip for those of you guys that are worried about seeming too salesy. She was like, you start talking, about, whatever it is you're talking about. And then maybe you're talking a little bit about Beachbody. And then she's like, then go back to social. And then talk about Beachbody. And then go back to social. Really kind of work on forming that relationship. Just don't be hammering them on Beachbody, because then you will seem salesy, right? You've got to kind of find that balance and make sure you're listening to them and listening to their why. What's important to them? What is it that they are looking for to get out of this interaction with you? So, taking that back and forth. Another thing that I love, like, how do you guys, when you start talking about Beachbody, how do you guys kind of close the situation? Like, how do you ask them? Like, do you say, let me know if you're interested? Let me know if you're interested in this, right? Wrong. If you ask them, let me know if you're interested, do you think they're ever going to let you know? Are they ever going to let you know? Hey, Janet, she was my buddy on my on our New Wave thing. But anyways, are they ever going to let you know? They're not going to let you know, you guys. But if you do what with Janelle's suggestion saying, have you ever considered? That's awesome, right? Have you ever considered becoming a Beachbody coach? Have you ever considered joining Challenge Group? Then you know you're going to get more dialogue. And did that sound salesy? No. You're asking them a question about you, right? Have you ever considered? So easy. But, you know, it's just that one of those little tweaks that you can make that's going to make a big difference. Okay. Next thing that we've got to say, we've got to keep this real. If you guys are going to treat this business like a business, how are you doing that? You know, with inviting, we know it's the number one first vital behavior. And so what do we have to do around that? You've got to do it first thing in your day. You got to eat that frog, like Brian Tracy says, do that most difficult thing first thing in the day. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait for Andy to go next after me because he's going to tell you more about how he finished number 11 in the Teen Cup. But I know that my team, we got this suggestion from someone else in the New Wave community. Again, if you're not in our community yet, jump in there because you're going to get so many great suggestions. But we were inviting 10 people a day. And I have to say, if you start doing that from earlier on in your day, it's just going to get so much easier as you go through the day. And then if you finish that, you can be done. Or I think what you'll find is it just gets easier and easier. And if you do this consistently over time, right, just 10 days of 10 people in a row, it's 100 people. It's going to get so much easier, and another reason why it gets so much easier is because all of a sudden you're interacting with more people, you have more people in your challenge group, you have more examples to draw from, you really have more stories to tell, and that's what everyone wants, right there. They like stories, they like being able to engage with you, so that just makes a huge difference when you eat that frog first thing in the morning. Another thing, you know, about eating that frog, and it'll tell you, is how many here want to become a top coach? Like, is that your goal? Is that your goal to be in the top 10 someday, be an elite coach? Is that something that is a goal for you? Oh, there you go. I know Lisa wants it. They're same with Danielle. Okay, a lot of you. Steph wants that. Okay, tons of people want that. Oh, Christine is like all in, all caps. Well, then how do you do that, guys? You got to invite, right? You got to invite, and I'll tell you. Does anyone have an idea of how many it takes? How many people it takes to invite every day? I'll tell you what, I was at Summit. They asked that question to Carly Del Carlo, who had been a top 10 coach. She said she invited 20 to 30 people a day. You think that happens if you start that at the end of your day? Sorry to say, it does not. It does not. So you've got to jump on that first thing, right away. Okay, the last part that I'm going to talk to you about for this inviting is who is it that you are inviting? You know, are you guys being specific? Are you using attraction marketing? Meaning, are you speaking to someone specific? Do you know who it is that you're trying to attract to you? Guys, if one thing that I'm good at in life is attracting the things that I want to me. I'm pretty good at that. I feel pretty confident about that. But when you do that, you kind of have to have a really clear image of how you want it to turn out. So it's the same thing when you have that clear vision of that person that you're trying to connect to. It's going to make your post so much easier. You're going to be able to add value to that person with what you're saying, you know. I love what Bonnie Engel said on the National Wake Up Call from a few weeks ago, where she does her posts as a public sneak peek. You know, what are those questions that you're getting from people, and how are you addressing them publicly? Because you know, if one person has asked you that question, you know, 5, 10 other people have that same question. So how can you interact with that person that you're trying to bring to you through your posts? Anyways, guys, thanks so much for playing with us on this new live format. This has been a lot of fun. We've got close to 200 people on our call right now. Next thing that's going to happen, there's a little bit of a delay, but I'm going to jump off, and then you're going to jump on the other next live broadcast with Andy. Andy's going to jump on, and you guys cannot wait to hear what he's going to share with you. This guy, let me just say, he is a boss. Andy is so powerful. He is such an amazing leader. He got up on stage at a Super Saturday. I hope you guys are all going to a Super Saturday. And he just declared, I'm going to win the Teen Cup. Maybe he didn't win the Teen Cup, but hello, he and his team of all New Wavers, so they weren't even people on his team, because like we said, we're a community and we're all about sharing and getting in with that group. He got on there with that team, and they finished, guys, number 11 with tons of people maxing out. So, anyways, thanks to all you guys. Thanks for all your love, Vanessa, Kelly, Janet, everybody, Christine. Love you guys. Love the new wave. Okay, I'm hopping off now, and Andy is hopping on. See you guys in the page, and I will be commenting with you.
What is up? Oh, are you guys on? I was like, I hit live, and it said, due to poor internet connection, we might not be able to make this work. I'm going to give you guys just a second to jump on in here. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. There's my first. Cynthia, you are first in. Thank you so much for coming in. Part 2, New Wave Power Talks Live. You guys are freaking rock stars. You know, inviting there, man, just coming right on in. This is 1 to 2. We weren't sure how this was going to work coming in, you know, from 1 to 2. You know, the webinars were such a great thing. But you know what? Somewhat, you guys, Beachbody coaches, you're on Facebook. It's easy to be where you are. And I think that's a great piece of advice right off the bat is go to where your audience is. And if your people are on Facebook, go be on Facebook. If they're in Instagram, go and be on Instagram. But we can't wait to come here on Facebook Live, try this thing. If you guys would do me a quick favor, you know, maybe even share this broadcast, share this page. I know we tried to throw this New Wave Power Talks page up and get people there, but, you know, our mission is to help people for free, give away our best stuff for free. So if you guys would just do us a quick favor and maybe share this broadcast, share this page, get more of your coaches, more of your team on this, that would just be so great. Eureka was right. We went on a Super Saturday. I hope you guys are all going to Super Saturday. Tell me in the comments where you guys are going to go to Super Saturday this Saturday. I went to Denver. I live in northern Colorado, and we usually have a smaller event, but it wasn't happening. So I went to Denver, and I didn't know very many people at this big event here. So I came in, and you know what? Honestly, coming into Super Saturday, I was like, Team Cup again? Like, oh man, last Team Cup was a lot of work. You know, I worked my butt off to finish with 78 points, and that was a huge accomplishment for me as a new coach. Wanted to make a difference, wanted to finish 78 points. But at Super Saturday, you just get so much great energy at these corporate events. That's another tip I want to throw out is you guys need to bring your teams to events. Because maybe you got the energy at an event. Maybe it was like you were coaching for a little bit and then you guys shifted it to another gear at an event. And so why that is cool is if you've been a coach for a little while, you know the power of these events. You need to do what it takes to get your teams to events. And there's such a cool bonding experience that goes when you're there with the team too. I remember my first Saturday was the April Super Saturday. Went with Christine. She was like, "It's okay, and you could come." I'm like this brand new coach. You can come sit with me. You know, made me feel welcome because she was like, she knew what was up, and it was cool to be in the culture. And so January Super Saturday, I went in excited for the new announcements, the new year, and I came out having stood on that stage saying I was going to win the Team Cup. And why I did that, I was very passionate to prove that New Wave was a cool thing. It was not a fluke, that the New Wave idea, the mission of New Wave would be my secret weapon, right? That a coach like me, a coach less than a year, because of New Wave, because of everybody coming in and sharing their best stuff, that would allow me and 4 other rock stars that I found in New Wave to go compete with the big dogs, you know, top 1, top 10, 11th. We totally tied with Amy Silverman. How cool is that? Like, you know, those celebrity coaches, we were right up there. But it was because we have this New Wave family that we've created, and it's like you guys are watching me on this Facebook Live, but you know, if you're in the community, man, it's such a great thing too. And I see some people like, how did you guys find each other? How do I get a success partner, right? Part of what we did with my Team Cup team, you know, we had a cool challenge group. We called it the 5-on-1 Fitness Challenge, and it was a hook, right? It's like this challenge group, you're not only going to get one coach to make this thing amazing, you got 5 coaches. So it was me and 4 other rock stars in there. And that was another thing, working with those girls, they like really pushed me. You know, they gave me great ideas, and that was one thing when you come cross teams, like where New Wave is like, so many teams have different trainings, they're all really good, but they're just different. They're just different. And so when you meld them, you have like this one powerhouse, like crazy team. And so these girls were all just like truth bombs and stuff, and we're going to do this, we're going to do it together. And the thing is, because of New Wave and we all, you know, respected what each other was doing, is we believed that we had a shot at it. We believed that this challenge group that we were going to put together was going to be the best challenge group we've ever done. And so when we started inviting to this, it was easy to sell it to our customers, because not only did you have all the service that I could provide, is you have these 4 other girls that rockstar coaches that my customers were going to get help from them as well. And what a cool thing to invite somebody to, when it wasn't just me and their help, it was other coaches. And another thing too, this was a limited time only event, right? This challenge group was only available 2 times in February. We made it 1 time, but then because of crazy demand, we spilled it over and had a second group that started at the end. So when you're inviting somebody, have a little scarcity to what everybody's like. Oh, this is my blah 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 challenge group, you know, and it's like, oh well, maybe I'll get in the next one, right? And it's always easy to put one off, and then your customer's like, I'm just not quite ready. I'm just not quite ready. Well, if this is a limited time only group, you better get in. Otherwise, you know, it might not be there when you get back. So let me rewind a little bit about finding a success partner. A lot of you guys want that big break. You're like, I would love to team up with some other rock star coaches. I've got some big dreams, but I just never, you know, I don't have that person to run with. That was great that you, Andy, that you found people and had a great Team Cup experience. How could I do this? This is how I would do this. This is how I would find success partners. I would go beyond just asking for a success partner. Hey, I live here and I would like a success partner. I want to go diamond in a month, whatever. You know, what I would do is go into the New Wave community and start providing value. Start posting stuff. Let people get to know you, because there's some rock stars in there, like Cherish and, man, just so many good people. Sarah's posting in there all the time. You know, you start to see the people that show up consistently, you know, and when they do, you're going to get to know these people and start to like comment under them. So if I was a newer coach, or maybe I haven't posted there, maybe I like the New Wave idea, I would just start, hey, I had this cool thing happen to me, post it. Cool, I had this. Or if something resonates with you, say, oh, that's really cool, I'm going to use that. And start to build relationships with other coaches in there. Okay? So once you do that, you're going to find people that you start to click with, that you start to, we call it in the mastermind, we start to brainwave. So find people that you're starting to brainwave with. Go and then find people that you want to work with. And when you do that, you guys are gonna find each other, and then, you know, the sky's the limit. Go make your amazing group. Go have your own little Team Cup team, even though it's not Team Cup. So you guys may know that I run a branding course. I love to teach people. I love to help people find their whys. I was really motivated by Simon Sinek at the summit last time. And he says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Does your challenge group that you're running right now have a why? Give me a shout out if your challenge group has a why. Like, do you know why you're made that challenge group? What specific reason does it provide? A lot of people know what they're doing, right? I'm running a challenge group. A lot of people know how they're going to do it. Yeah, you're going to post your sweaty selfie and you post your meal or whatever. But why did you run it? How many people are putting a 22 hardcore challenge group together right now? You guys running one of those? Hey, I'm doing a test group, right? You're the first ones there. Well, the test group, right? Like, I can't sell the test group as great as people like, I look at people like Mark Briggs. They were in the test group, right? So their first one. So what value do I provide to 22 hardcore? What is my why for my challenge group? You know, I did 90 days of P90X, help me get ripped. But what I didn't know was that could I complete a program or could I adopt a lifestyle? When I'm a farmer and in the summer I'm super busy, hey, like I don't know if I had 22 minutes in the day to commit to a program. And so this was like 22 Hardcore. It's going to be my summer program this time. This is going to be for people just like me who are busy, who have physical jobs that can still stay accountable to themselves. So that challenge group will have a why of helping people who don't have time to work out find time to do it. So I'm leveraging the value that, hey, it's only 22 minutes, but it's me, right? It's my story. I'm able to help people because right? It doesn't work if you're just selling 22 Hardcore. You have to sell you. What value do you provide? You shouldn't be selling the programs. You should be selling the value that you provide to those programs, right? Sell the group, not the programs. So if that's resonated with you, comment. I would love that. Find a why for your challenge group. You guys, make something you're proud of. Some of you aren't even running challenge groups. You're adding people to someone else's challenge group. You know? And that's, you guys got to step up to the plate, step out of your comfort zone. Create something you cannot wait to share. Create something you cannot wait to invite people to. Because when you have a why, when you know what you created and what purpose it solves, when you invite somebody to that, you know it's over the top value. You know it's perfect for that person that you're targeting, right? Hey, I know you farm just like me. I see we post, we feel the same things. Do this 22 Hardcore with me. I totally know what you're going through. It's really easy to invite people to that, right? And then that challenge pack doesn't seem like it's that much of an investment because it is such a great targeted value just for that. So make something you're crazy proud of. Have a twist. Right? Not just, this is my April challenge group coming up. Okay, April. You know, that's not much of a twist. What twist could you provide? In my freemium I'm offering, I'm showing kind of 4 different challenge groups I've created. And you can just, by looking at the landing page and the little videos I created, you can see exactly why I created that challenge group and who it's for. Okay, so I would very much encourage people to take my branding course because once you do that, it's totally free, y'all. That's what we do in New Wave. We give away our best stuff for free. Once you do that, you're going to know why you do what you do. And then also, what is the unique problem you solve? What is the unique service you provide? And why would that be so attractive for your customers? So that's my keys to inviting you all. Make that over the top. My freemium is going to help with that too. Here's the other thing, y'all. If you're not in the community, or maybe you're in the community, but you're not really like, you know, posting, involving yourself, because there's one thing to be, you know, hey, I joined the group, but there's another thing to be leveraging the community to really getting a lot out of it. A lot of people, you know, will ask a question and they know New Wave community is so great because so many coaches will come in and give amazing advice. But the cool thing is when you start teaching, when you start giving back, you get better. I was a proof of that because by me giving a lot of myself, I set a personal record last month in Team Cup, right? Like I had the gall to even dream of something like first place. Ended up with 11th place. But it's because I started giving in a New Wave. So I love that you guys are here. I love that you guys look forward to the last Tuesday of every month with these power talks. What I want is, you know, New Wave is part of you. You guys are part of New Wave. We've created shirts. None of us get any profit of this. We just wanted people because they feel ownership of this community. They feel like they're a part of something. So I want the person to get the first shirt is somebody who is a New Waver, right? So in the community, I want you to give your best piece of advice, and I want you to hashtag it I am New Wave. Okay? And just to make sure that you were on this call tonight, I'm gonna after this thing, Dawn has some funky internet going on site, so we're calling on Audible. She's gonna post a YouTube link, but I want you to post that if you were here live, if you saw that, post I am New Wave under there, and then I'm gonna go into the community. I'm gonna make a post, an I am New Wave post, and I want you to share something. I want you to help the community, give something out of that. You just might find your success partner. You just might make the difference on another coach might make their business. Thank you so much for being part of this community. Thank you for watching these Power Talks. I'm Andy with the New Wave Mastermind. I hope you guys grow your dream. I hope you guys carve your own wave. If you don't get that first shirt, there'll be a link in the community where you guys will all be able, because I would love to hang out with you all at Summit. We can all have our New Wave shirts, and no matter what team we're on, we can all be a family, belong together. Thank you so much for being this. Go check out Dawn, and then Christine is going to come back at the end with one more live, and then bring it home, and then you guys can find out where to get all your free stuff. So thanks so much. Thank you guys for all the awesome comments. Thank you for sharing this page. Thank you for being New Wavers. We'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, coaches out there, it's Dawn Luckowitz. So I pre-recorded this because I don't trust my internet. It's a little bit windy out here, and I live in the middle of nowhere. And I also don't trust this Facebook app. So I wanted to make sure that I had something to fall back on so that you didn't miss this part of our talk. I'm going to be talking about converting those customers that you already have into coaches. But I want you to just listen to what I have to say. But then after the call's over, after you've digested all this information, go into the page that we'll link for you so that you get the freemiums, because the most important stuff that I have to share is going to be in that content. There's an entire training about how to handle objections with the coaching opportunity. There's 3 phenomenal national wake-up calls that specifically talk about presenting the coach opportunity. I've got books that are going to be super helpful when it comes to presenting the coach opportunity and what to do with that. There's also some additional information there that's just going to be really important for you to go through. So before I start, I wanted to make sure that that's going to be all there packaged for you neatly with hyperlinks and everything. So make sure you spend a little time unpacking that. But like I said, I'm going to be talking about how we convert customers to coaches. Now, I want you for a moment just to think back to the previous calls that we've had. We started off talking about challenge groups and how to run killer challenge groups. We moved into, how to get a bunch of SC points. We know that to get Success Club points, we got to sell challenge packs. Then we moved into the third talk where we talk to you about thinking and acting like a big fish until you're actually a big fish. So all 3 of those talks tie in nicely to how we then offer the coach opportunity, invite current customers to become coaches. A lot of people think inviting is scary, and it can be, but guys, you've done the hard part already. If you've sold a challenge pack, if you've gotten somebody to get in your challenge group, it means that you've already gotten them to invest in themselves, they've invested in you, and then they've invested in Beachbody by actually spending money on a product. These aren't people that are totally foreign to you, or they're not people that you knew 20 years ago in high school and now you're randomly out of the blue saying, hey, you want to join my team? No, these are people that you've already jabbed, you've already formed, and they've already purchased from you. You've already got a relationship with them. So these are people that you should feel comfortable talking to. Now, Christine and I have both been challenged by our mentor to really relook at how we are presenting the opportunity to our customers, because to be honest with you, both of us have a whole boatload of people on our teams, but they're primarily discount coaches. We don't have many business builders. And the biggest reason is because we're not presenting the opportunity as an opportunity for growth as much as we're presenting it as an opportunity for a discount. Part of why I do that, I know part of why is because it's so much easier to convince somebody to do it for a discount, which is dumb, because who wouldn't want to have increased cash flow and all of the other benefits that come with actively pursuing this coaching thing. So one, it just feels easier to offer the discount. The other reason is deep down inside and in the back of my mind, I've written a lot of people off. And we do that. We're human. We make judgments about people. We look at people and we think, well, they're probably not going to want to build a business, or maybe they're going to want to, but they're just not going to be good at it. Guys, we don't want to discount anyone because we have no idea who's going to be the next big coach out there. So make sure that when we're presenting the opportunity, we're presenting it, but we're presenting it with the business building aspect first. And then absolutely talk about the discount. There's nothing wrong with having discount coaches on your team. They play a very vital role on your team, but also as far as the customer is concerned, you want your customers to have the best experience they can. And if that means getting a discount so that they can continue getting their shake, then that's what you work with them through. Just don't offer that first. Okay, so The next thing that we've been challenged to do is also look at our challenge groups differently. Guys, I want you to look at your challenge groups as a bunch of customers that just aren't coaches yet. I want you to treat your challenge group as though it's a training ground for new coaches. I want you to start looking at those challengers and then look at yourself. Are you demonstrating what it is to be a good coach? If they looked at you, would they know what this whole coaching thing is about, or at least have an idea of what it's about? Are you demonstrating the kind of behaviors that you wish you had in your upline, or that maybe you do have in your upline? Start acting like a coach. Make sure you're doing the things that are going to make people want to know more about what it is that you're doing. As you're going through your challenge group and you're connecting with your people and you're seeing the great things they're doing, offer them opportunities to actually do coaching. The kinds of things that coaches do. Make sure you're having them share sweaty selfies, have them share meals, have them post to their personal social media some of the things they're doing in their groups, some of the ways they're growing. Have them, share that they're on this journey and what they're learning from it. Have them tag you in those posts so that you can see what they're doing and the responses that they're getting. So that when you do offer the opportunity, you need to actually ask them, hey guys, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Have you ever thought about this coaching thing? And then when you have somebody that says, yeah, I kind of have, I'm not really sure what it's about. Ask them, if I was able to, send you a video, would you be able to watch it, today or tomorrow? And then maybe we can talk more about it. Get a definite date, get a definite time, and follow up with them. More than likely, they'll say, sure, send it my way. Bring it on. Now, if you have a coach that says, no, I've never really thought about it, or I thought about it, but it's just not for me. You now have all of these examples to go back and say, hey, I think you'd be a great coach. Guys, it's not enough just to tell somebody that you think they'd be a great coach, because they're just thinking that you're, trying to get them on your team so that you can profit from them and benefit from them. You want to give them specific examples like, hey, Liz, I think you'd be a great coach because, you're already doing the behaviors that coaches are doing. You're already sharing your journey with others. You're already encouraging people on their journey. You've already made these big steps. You've demonstrated leadership. You want to give them specific examples. Back in the day when I was in high school and I was being heavily recruited by a lot of schools for different sports, one of the top colleges in one of my particular fields had called, and they asked, hey, we sent you this letter, but looking for some information from you, but we never heard back. We just want to make sure you got it. And I was like, oh, dude, really? Like, I thought it was a form letter that you just sent to everybody that happened to be at that tournament. Guys, we don't want the people in our group to think that we're just giving everybody the same opportunity, that they're just somebody in our group, so we're presenting it to them, even if we are presenting it to everyone. It took this coach on the phone telling me, no, actually, we really did send it to you on purpose. And then they started listing all of these reasons. They talked about specific things that I did, specific things that they thought, reasons they thought that I would be a good match for their school. You want to do the same thing with your challengers. You want to be specific with them. Even if you did offer the opportunity to every single person in your group, you're going to have different reasons for each and every person that you're working with. So make sure that it's specific to them so that it feels real and attainable to them. Then when you do present the opportunity, make sure you're sharing third-party business tools. Guys, you share the Beachbody video. When you get on a call, ask your upline or somebody within your upline to be on the call with you. You don't want to make this look all fancy pants, like you're super special, high speed, whatnot, because what you're doing with this customer that you're trying to convert into a coach, you want it to be something that they feel like they can do also, so that when they are a coach, they don't feel like they have to know everything and that they have to be all high speed also. You want to present yourself in a way that they see what you're doing and believe that they can do it too, because that's going to be the key to them wanting to join your team. Guys, the other thing is you want to be authentic with them and you want to be real with them and you want to be you. They're going to be joining you. Guys, there are thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of coaches. They could sign up with anybody, but you want them to sign up with you regardless of where you are in your journey, regardless of where you are in your business. You could be in the business for a day. You're still going to know more than somebody that's not in the business at all. So you want to be excited. You want to have them join with you so that you guys can go through this process together and learn and grow and reap the benefits of this amazing opportunity that's before them. The last part I want to hit on really briefly for you guys is we talked about this, how do you make crickets sing? How many of you out there feel like you're forming and you're finally making progress and then nothing? The people you're talking to drop off the face of the earth. Okay, well, there's a couple of reasons. When we did this particular 100 no challenge, we asked some people like, "Hey, you're not hearing back, but what is it that you said?" And a lot of times it's like you kind of vomit all over them with like, "I've got this and this and this and this and this. Let me know if you're interested." Well, duh, of course you're not going to hear back because you didn't give them a reason to get back to you. You're just like, if you're interested. You didn't give them a time. You didn't like give them any compelling reason to get back to you. You want to make sure that when you are talking with somebody that you're not always trying to be selling, but you're wanting to bring it back to family, bring it back to social. If you kind of lose them, bring it back to something else. But make sure that you're not just, let me know if you're interested, because they're not, even if they are interested, they're not going to come back to you. But guys, the easiest, best, most amazing trick in the world, I know you're ready to listen to this, to get rid of those crickets, and the best, fastest way to form, like, do you guys want to know why it is that Eureka gets so many Success Club points and why she closes so many sales a month? Anybody? It's because she gets on the phone and she gets in person with people. Do you know how much faster you can go through that whole forming process? What might take you days over Facebook and email and text, you can do in 5 minutes in a phone call. And guess what? They have to answer you because you're either right in front of them or on the phone. They can't ignore you. So guys, isn't it really the big secret? Get on the phone and get with somebody in person. And do that from the beginning, because if you're like not hearing from them, you're like, "Hey, let me have your number so we can keep talking," like you've already lost them. So try to get them on the phone early on, especially when you're talking about the coach opportunity. And guys, lastly, make sure you continue to follow up. I've got a whole bunch of coaches, and very, very, very few of them signed up when I was like, "Hey, you should do this." Even when it was for the discount and they were military and it didn't cost them anything. It still took many times of, answering questions, asking what questions they had, walking them through the process. What is this going to look like? What does it entail for them? Answering questions. And then I would always tell them, "I'm going to follow back up with you." I let them know. They knew it was coming. I wasn't waiting for them to come to me. So of course I just looked at the time and I'm way over. But guys, that's the deal. You've done the hard part with the challenge pack. Change your mentality, shift your mindset, start looking at your challengers differently. Look at them as future coaches. Look at your challenge groups as training camps for these coaches. And get on the phone and actually talk to people in person and one-on-one, and don't just rely on sitting behind a computer screen, because you're going to continue to get crickets and it's going to frustrate you and you're going to feel like you can't do this business, and all it is just talking to people. So guys, thank you guys so much. We look forward to answering questions, and I can't wait for you to hear what Christine has to say and how she's going to wrap us up today. Guys, take care.
Hi, everybody. It's me. I'm live. I'm wrapping it up. I hope you guys all checked out all those amazing tips from Andy and Dawn and Eureka, and way to be on the ball, Dawn. She had us all make a backup plan, and it was a good thing because she was the one who needed it. So I hope you guys stuck around. Don't forget to hashtag #IamNewWave in the community. It's so good to see you guys here. I'm really excited. We've been talking about inviting, and I am going to talk about inviting to the business opportunity. Hey, Nancy Lou. So good to see you guys. I love that you're still here with me. So what I want to talk about is, first of all, if you're inviting the business opportunity to challengers, that's one thing. But I would like to talk to you about inviting to the business opportunity to not challengers. How many of you guys have a few friends on your Facebook or in your life that are not challenge group people, that just aren't really in your challenge groups, that you really want to present the business to, but that's freaky weird to you? Because it's kind of natural if your challenge group is an environment that builds a coach to invite them, because they're doing what they need to be doing to be a successful coach. So I'm kind of looking if anybody has any friends. Like, I have a couple friends on Facebook who I think would be amazing coaches, but for whatever reason aren't really interested in my challenge group. And today I want to help you guys focus on those people. And some of these tips will help with your coaches and the coaching opportunity in your challenge group. But hi, Stephanie and Stacy, and look at all of you guys. This is cool. So the first thing we want to talk about is presenting yourself on social media, and whether you're on Twitter or Instagram or now Snapchat, and I'm not even on Snapchat, so I'm not hating, or Facebook, you have to be a coach. And that doesn't mean that you're like flooding them, but I just want to ask you,
if you're going to be presenting this opportunity to coaches, do they know you're a coach? We all know that you are products of the products. Like I've seen you guys, I've seen you all hashtag Shakeology day number 360, like 366 days of Shakeology. You're great at that. You're great at sweaty selfies, but are you a product of the business? That's what I want to know. What we need to do to be a product of the business is share how coaching has changed our life. The story. Don't be lazy. Like, don't every Thursday morning take a picture of your Beachbody check and say, "Woo, payday." Don't be that guy. Nobody likes that guy. You need to share your story. Share those small successes, whether it's freedom of time or financial progress, or, you know, like you got to go out to dinner or you got to take your family to the zoo thanks to Beachbody. Share those things. Share those little stories, those little snippets. You can start these posts, these golden nuggets, all those top coaches call it, those golden nuggets that you leave for people. You can start the posts with things like asking questions. Are the people you're talking to excited for their future? Do they love their job? Do they have the free time to be with their family? These are questions that you can ask, and if their answer is no, you can answer why your answer is yes. I get to be at home with my family most of the day and still make money. People might want to do that. So your social media is your first platform. That's how you represent who you are as a coach. So stop just being a product of the product and start being a product of the coaching opportunity. The next thing I want to talk about is actually reaching out to these they're cold market people. Even if it's in your challenge group, these people, you want to talk to them first. So those crickets that Dawn was talking about, a lot of times you guys get crickets because you are just reaching out without asking them first. Like Eureka was talking about that Nerian person. We have a form process. You have a jab process. Please use it. Be respectful of people. Love on them. Invest on them. So the other thing I want to talk about is don't be scared when you're reaching out to talk to these people. It's only words. You're just talking. So chest up, shoulders back. Be confident. Love what you do as a coach. Be proud of it. Get excited to share this opportunity with someone new. And then you want to select people that exhibit the vital behaviors, like, you know, someone who's at least doing one of the now 4 vital behaviors in their daily life. So once you've jabbed, formed, and talked to them, then you can get into the real grub of inviting. And what you want to start with is that compliment of why you thought of them. So if it's someone who isn't in your challenge group and they're on Facebook all the time with their workout, or they're eating really healthy, or I have a friend who writes motivational books, and I'm kind of talking to him about coaching because he does what I do. He tries to motivate people. These are the kind of people you want to talk to, and you want to tell them why you thought of them with a genuine compliment. And then you want to get them excited, like really excited. And the way you do that is you talk about how Beachbody is a legitimate opportunity. How has it helped you? What are the good things that Beachbody has done for you? And if you have some things in your story that relates to them, great. If you don't, we have an entire back office full of success stories where you can find a story that relates to them, right? I mean, have you guys seen that Beachbody updated the new coach, Welcome to Beachbody video, Welcome to Coaching? You should check that out. That's a huge resource for you. You share that with them, and they're going to be excited. You want them excited. After you've gotten them excited, they might start to get nervous. Like, I don't know how to be a coach. That's okay. Are you in the New Wave community? Hands up if you are. Hey, Wave, let me know. If you're in the New Wave community, you have resources. Number 1, you have Andy's branding course. Number 2, you have access to Jim Rump's Accelerated Diamond courses. Number 3, the New Wave community created a Carving Coaches training. Hello, everything you need to create a successful coach is in there. So yeah, you have what they need to get started. You have everything. So stay confident when you are reaching out and actually talking to these people. And remember that you're not just confident in Beachbody and its products, but you're confident in you. You're an amazing coach. You're all an amazing coach. You all are awesome. And you can all lead someone to be an amazing coach. And remember, network marketing is a better way. What does Eric Worre always say? We know. We have a better way. It's tried and true. Thousands upon thousands of people are living debt-free in the multi-level marketing world. Beachbody has 79 coaches that are in the Millionaire Club alone. Just Beachbody, 79. Millionaire. You just sit on that for a second. That's huge. Why are we not excited about this? People want to do this. This is amazing. And when it comes to the right company, Beachbody has what people need. Obesity is not it's not a gone issue. There are still people who need health and fitness. This is the real deal, and we offer support. Decide that you are a top coach and a business builder, and that's how you're going to bring those people to you. Andy and I used to joke that the only reason he signed with me was because I had a guy in my challenge group, and it's a funny joke, but the truth is the reason he signed with me is because he was someone who knew right away that he wanted to be a coach, and I knew right away that I wanted to be a coach. No one had to invite me to the opportunity. I just wanted it. You need to act like that. You need to act like all you want is to be a coach. Like that is your thing, and you are going to attract people to you that just want to be a coach. You know, it's like Eureka's favorite thing, attraction marketing. But I understand, Eureka talked about this too. You guys have fear. You guys have objections. And FYI, everything I'm saying to you is in note form in the freemium. So if you guys have fear and objections, I'm here for you because I understand. Maybe you're sure you can't lead a coach, and we just talked about this. You guys have resources in the New Wave community. We just talked about all of those. But you also have an upline. In your Coach Online office, you have a Diamond Coach and a Star Diamond Coach. And chances are, they want you to be successful too. Reach out to them. They might not know that you're there. Hey, wave, say hello. And I'm stubborn. I didn't reach out to mine, and she finally reached out to me when she realized I was there, and she's been a huge asset. Hi, Taryn. I love you. The other thing you guys have is a Coach Online office, and it's amazing. Every single bloody tool that you need to be a successful coach is in that office, from starting off, from tracking customers, to all the way going to a 15-star diamond with that leadership board. And most of that stuff was given to you by top coaches. Yeah, they created that stuff just for you. That's crazy. How many CEOs give their bottom barrel employees the map to being successful? None. But that's what we do in Beachbody. So you have no reason to be afraid. What you have is way better to offer than what any other employer can offer someone. Huge. The other thing that we have, again, is that national wake-up call. And again, it's the same thing. Top coaches sharing their tips on how to do what they're doing, which is being successful, every Monday. And then you have access to all the old ones. There's no reason to be afraid to lead a coach. Everything you need is available to you. So right now, if you're afraid to lead a coach, I want you to write in the comments, I'm not afraid. Just comment it. And either nobody is commenting or I can't see them, but I want to see it. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. You're not afraid. You guys are going to rock this business. There's no reason to be scared. Are you still scared because you're afraid someone's going to say no? They're going to say no. People are going to say no. That's just going to happen. Objections come from two different limiting beliefs. One is about themselves and the other is about the business. So, for example, let's say a limiting belief about themselves is that they don't want to alienate people on Facebook. Well, here's the deal. A lot of us want to clear the objection for them. We want to overcome them and wipe it away. No. Your job is to help them overcome the objection. And do you know how you do that? With a question. So my favorite is, it's the same kind of thing. It's those Eric Worre questions. Oh, that's understandable. When they say, I don't want to alienate people on Facebook, that's understandable. Did I alienate you? Oh. Well, unless you did alienate them, they're going to have a light bulb that, oh, they can do this. Same thing with limiting belief. Maybe they've had bad experience with network marketing, or they just don't know any better, and they'll say, my favorite is, I heard Beachbody was a pyramid scheme. So your initial reaction is, no, it's not. I would never do that. No. Here's what you do. Oh, yeah, no, pyramid schemes are illegal. Do you think I would partake in something that's illegal? And they're going to say no, because of course you wouldn't. And then they're going to overcome that objection themselves, okay? So and that's with all the objections. That's how you deal with all the objections, is with that feel, felt, found, and then you ask a question that helps them come to the conclusion. Okay? Okay. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad you guys stayed with me through all of this. The biggest thing I want you guys to remember is why you're doing this. And we talked about this before. And you guys should all have a deep, hard, powerful why that helps you overcome anything. But on the surface, you're likely doing this because you believe in Beachbody products. You love them. And you see the potential that comes with this business opportunity. So when you like a movie or eat somewhere that is good, do you tell people about it? Of course. Is it weird? Is it awkward? No. That's why sharing this business opportunity is important. It's not any different than that. It's a recommendation. It's a gift. Not sharing this opportunity is selfish. Not inviting this people to this is selfish. It's a better life. You need to share that with them, okay? Give the gift of this opportunity freely and joyfully to the world. Puff out your chest and invite some people, okay? So make sure you guys are loud and proud, inviting to challenge groups and inviting to the coaching opportunity, whether it's someone who is in your challenge group or someone who's never seen Beachbody before in their life. Get excited. We have some freemiums for you, free stuff. Woo! Andy normally gets to do this, but I get to do this time. Dawn and I have shared some stuff with you, and Andy shared some stuff. Eureka has. We all have cool stuff. It's in the same place as every time. You're going to go to newwavespowertalks.com. You're going to opt in. We're going to get you the link, and we're going to send you your stuff to your email, just like always. And there it's going to be, okay? You guys have been amazing. Don't forget to hashtag #IamNewWave in the community so you can possibly get that free shirt. And I just want to thank you guys so much for taking part in this and watching us and just being a part of what we're doing. I always say the biggest investment you can give someone is not your money, but your time. And you guys gave us your time today. So I hope you got something out of it. I know I always learned so much from Andy and Dawn and Eureka. One last super quick thing. I remember Dawn and I are going to talk about finding a success partner and what success partners do. That's April 7th. That's free. It's a Zoom call. We will record it. Okay? I look forward to our next Power Talk, last Tuesday of the month, and we will see you there. We're going to try and do this again. If it's different, we'll let you know. But thank you guys. Dawn, Andy, Eureka, you guys rocked it. Your information is solid, and I love you guys. I'll see you all later.
Hey, New Wave. Eureka coming back on live here. Sorry, some of you guys had trouble with the last feed, but we wanted to answer any questions that you guys had, and we'll try and type in those answers if anyone has any questions. Not seeing any questions yet. How awesome was Christine? Wasn't she great? I thought she killed it. I thought she was amazing. Okay, here are some people in here. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Cynthia. Who's got questions? Anybody with questions? Yeah, she was amazing, wasn't she? She totally killed it. Christine always kills it. She always has so much great content. She's killer. What can we say? We're so proud of her. And how great was all that content? Gosh, I loved what Andy said about Andy, guys. Andy is so committed. He wasn't able to come to our practice because his wife broke her foot by getting thrown off a horse, but he was just so awesome. So I hadn't heard what he said before. How much did you love that idea of how he said, have a why for your challenge group? That was so powerful in terms of, right, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you're doing, but what's the why behind the challenge group? You know, I thought that was an awesome takeaway. You know, and I love Dawn's too. You know, be the coach you want to join. You know, how awesome was that? That was terrific. Do we have any questions out there? Looking for questions. Checking the feed, my fellow New Wave Masterminders, if you guys are going to put any questions in all there. Thank you, Carrie. Thanks for the love. Thanks, Christina. Thanks, Stephanie. I know, we just love doing these. Okay, how do you organize who you speak to on Facebook and Instagram? Direct message app. I get overwhelmed with that. That's what Cynthia was asking. Okay, and another question, how do you keep adding people to invite? Okay, these are good questions. So first for Cynthia, I would say, how do you organize who do you speak to on Facebook? I would say number one is you should be prioritizing those people that you are trying to attract, those people that you want in your car, the people that are just like you, whether you see them as great challengers or potential coaches in the future. I think that is how you should prioritize. And then I would say, I know you're in the New Wave community, Cynthia. I would say go in and look at a lot of those great videos that people have been doing about tracking, because I think that, you know, staying organized and on top of it is so important. I can't stress enough what Dawn was saying about, you know, how much you need to, shoot, I just totally lost my train of thought. But, Dawn was just totally awesome, and she was saying so much about, how you have to, be that coach. And so if you are sharing the information that you want to attract back to you, that'll really help. So I would say use some of those tips. Okay, and how do you keep adding people to invite? One great way, I think, Carrie, to add people to invite, one, I think you should probably have a set amount of time. We all know that we can get stuck into Facebook feeds and just use up so much time, right? And the time just kind of goes, and we don't even realize it. And I think that what's important is you need to have a time where you're looking for who to invite specifically. Look through posts of friends. Find your other friends. Are you in different groups? Join different Facebook groups and, comment, be an active member of that group. And then it's not going to be so weird when you send someone a friend request, because you probably commented on their post several times, things like that, and it won't be so weird. And, I think it's totally fine to go through friends of friends like that Miriam person did to me. Just don't be super salesy. You know what I mean? Look through their feed if they friend you, and find out what you have in common. That's going to make a huge difference. How many times when you're on Facebook, so just in the New Wave community, I became friends with another coach, and someone that we had in common was like, oh, how do you guys know each other? That is such a common way to get into people. And if you multiply that out, friends of friends of friends, you're going to find a ton of people. How do you delete past messages on Facebook, or do you keep them to keep track? You just keep them. I wouldn't delete them, Cynthia. Yeah, definitely. We've got to be. How do you keep track of coaches, customers? I really personally, I love everything. Google. So I think that that's a great way to do it, because one thing that I love about Google is how everything flows into everything else, right? So that's a reason why that's a really great one. Wondering how you're so funny, how I do it. Small world, totally. Okay, let's see. Do we have any more questions out there? I know what I was going to say about what Dawn was going to say. Sorry for this, random thoughts. But guys, what Dawn was saying about, how do I get a lot of people? Yeah, I do meet with people live. I give live presentations. I love meeting and interacting with people. The more someone can see your energy, the more likely they are going to be attracted to you. And I cannot emphasize this enough. This happens to me too. This happens to everyone. When someone is excited, that is the time to really be connecting with them and really helping them, helping them to get what they want. But you've got to strike while they're excited, because life happens. Everyone's busy, you've got to get in there right at that moment. Do not delay. Let me tell you right now, top coaches, they are not delaying. Okay, when you get to the point in the conversation about what to recommend, how do you do it without sounding super salesy? I'll tell you how you do that, because, Katerina, the way you do that is because you are helping them, right? You have gone over. You are not being salesy, because you're giving them exactly what you want. You're showing them that you are listening to them, right? You are listening to them, and now you're helping give them exactly what they want. You guys, that's not being salesy. That's helping someone get what they want. I had a lot of problems watching and missed a lot of it. Don't worry, there's totally going to be training. Miss how to get onto the branding training. All you do is go to newwavepowertalks.com, Kathy, and in there's a link for the branding course. But the branding course fills up super quick, so you've got to be like Johnny on the spot when it comes on and get on. And also, just get in our New Wave community. Andy tells you when there's going to be a new one coming up that you can jump on into. Do you use the same scripts on the phone, or do you just use ones if you don't use a favor video? Wait, hold on. Do you use the same scripts on the phone, or I don't use scripts, or do you have one you use if you don't use a favor video? I personally don't use scripts. I think that there should be certain things that you want to make sure that you're getting to, right? You're getting to someone's why, like why do they want to do this? What's important to them? What would make a difference in their life? Those kinds of questions I think are important, and making sure you're asking, have you ever considered, versus let me know if you're interested. Is it okay to approach someone at a grocery store? Why not? If you're friendly, go for it. I would. I mean, that's what that Carly Del Carlo said. She said she stalked people in the halls at Target. Whatever. If they're afraid of you, they'll go away. Don't worry. It's no big deal. You know? I mean, and you're not going to be too super scary, right? You're just going to be talking to them like a normal person. I'm just checking here in New Wave to see if I need to answer any questions. I think, sorry, yeah, is that funny? I don't think, like, if you're a friendly person, no one's going to care. They're going to tell that you're friendly too, right? They're just going to be like, hey, I don't know. All I can say is, okay, I'm going to give you an example from another industry, but like that thing, it might not have come across too super clear when I was doing my talk, but my family's in real estate, right? So they close and do sales for that business. And like 8 years ago or something, I went on a listing appointment with my brother. And, you know, he was good. We're all good talkers. He was good then. And I went on one with him recently, and he was so good. He's number 2 in his company. He makes about $2 million a year. He's got a big team. But the reason why he's so good is because he has done these presentations over and over and over again. He has less fear. He has so many examples. And that's what's going to happen for you guys. If you just commit to doing this over and over and over again with the inviting, you guys are going to really just get so much experience and have so many stories to share, success stories. And that's what we're doing, right? We're sharing stories. Okay. Stephanie's asking, how do you transition from FOR to M? If I'm talking to family and fun, I don't always feel comfortable talking about a workout. Okay, so she's talking about all the different parts of the different forming. You know what I do all the time when I'm talking to someone, even if they're just family or friends, I'll ask them, hey, what are you doing to work out? Hey, what do you have for breakfast? It's just random questions, right? Like, they see what you're doing. And I think for me, it's a totally normal question to ask what people like to do for working out. For me, those are really natural questions and great ways to lead in. And, you know, if someone's doing yoga, it's great. You do yoga. Like, how many times a week are you doing that? Like, a lot of times people will tell you they like to do something, but it's really hard. You know, sometimes they can't get out that many times a week, you know, and it's hard. And it's hard. So I think that that's a really natural way. Like, lead them in to what you want to talk about. Follow up. If you can tell if someone doesn't work out, how do you ask what they're doing without sounding mean because you know they're not? You know, one thing I would say, I would just ask them about their schedule. I would just say, hey, you know, what's going on lately? Are you really busy? You know, just ask someone about their life. Just find out about their life, and then maybe tell them something that you're really doing that's working well for you and that you're seeing good benefits. And, hey, if you ever want to join with me, I would love for you to do this workout with me. We can just push play at the same time at home or whatever. I think that would help. Talk about what you're doing. Maybe, like, don't just, like, push them if you know they're not doing anything, right? That's not going to work. So, anyways, if we don't have any more questions, guys, I think we've got, thanks, Mary Lou. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging on. Sorry, we didn't transition exactly to these questions because we didn't know we were going to have the issue, with the last internet. You know, internet is so tough, right? Like, I'm always somewhere different for every single Power Talk. I never know what we're going to get to. And thank you for your time, Carrie. We really appreciate it. Like, I loved what Christine said, that, you know, the number one gift that you can give someone is your time. So true. So true. You know, you've got to think about, you know, that's what I thought about before joining as a Beachbody coach. Like, what is worth my time? What is worth my life? Because this is your life. Your time is your life. So thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I'll tell you what, if you have more questions, ask them in our community, because I'll tell you, the people in our community are on bomb.com, and they have so many great answers. Thank you, Janet. Love all you new waivers. Thank you, Patty. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off now, and thanks so much for joining us. We just love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your week. If you haven't hit Success Club yet this month, I want y'all to do it. Get it done. You got 2 more days, plus tonight. Bye.